So I saw the live action How to Train Your Dragon the other day on opening night, and anyone who knows me knows I'm like the biggest How to Train Your Dragon fan in the whole universe. Like, as I'm sitting here, I'm surrounded by my handmade map, as well as my Toothless, and my handmade dragon eye that actually projects the strike class symbol, and my wood burning of Toothless that I made, and of course Hiccup in my Lego flowers. I also went to the movie in costume. So I'd say I'm a pretty big fan of How to Train Your Dragon. And before I get into all the things that I had problems with in the live action, I just want to say I loved it. I think it was the best live action remake I've ever seen and that's ever been made. And I rated it 4 out of 5 stars in Letterboxd. But if it was its own film and I wasn't comparing it to the original, I would have rated it 5 stars. But the original's better, so I couldn't give them both 5 stars. Starting off with an unpopular opinion of mine, I don't have any problems with the casting, really. I think it was fine. I don't mind them changing the way characters look. I don't care about that. All I care about is if they are able to portray the character with the right energy. And, for example, I think the biggest hated on actress is the one for Astrid. But I really like her performance. And honestly, if you look at her face looks like the cartoon Astrid. Like, the shape of her face. And I honestly love her hair. I think it's so cute. But her acting was not the strongest. There just wasn't enough energy and passion in her line delivery. But I think a lot of the side characters struggled with their acting, except for Snotlout. He was amazing. I think the casting is perfect. And I think a lot of his personality traits and like behavior from Race to the Edge made its way into the movie, especially with like just the way he was acting. If you've seen it, you'll know. I think it reminded me a lot of him in Race to the Edge. I really, really like that. The twins, I don't mind the casting. I wish they looked more like twins. That's all I care about. I wish they looked more like. And I just feel like they just didn't give enough energy to the role. I don't know. Same thing with Fish Legs. I feel like they could have done better. But then again, I don't have problems with the casting. I have problems with the acting. And of course, I have zero problems with Mason Thames. He did phenomenal. You can tell he's a super fan. He put his heart and soul into it. He did amazing as Hiccup. Can't wait to see the second movie. I love him so much. Okay. But they cut up the scene with the terrible terror on the rocks where he discovered that dragons aren't fireproof on the inside, which really was important because it foreshadowed how they beat the Red Death at the end. So it really disappointed me that they cut it out. And the other thing they removed, I only care about it because I am me and I care about every single line. They cut out this whole line. Like, that's so iconic, and they took it away from me. I also found it a little odd how they decided to go with the whole thing of people from all over the world came together to fight dragons. They made it sound like the Red Death nest was the only dragon nest, which just doesn't make any logical sense. And also, in the original franchise, the Vikings are very limited to their archipelago and their islands, and they didn't know anything that was outside of it. And that's why in all the shows in the second movie, it was all about them exploring outside of what they knew. So the fact that they are already connected as a world and connected enough to know all these people from different parts of the world kind of ruins that whole exploration that they could do in the rest of the franchise. And I don't know, that just kind of got on my nerves a little bit. I found it was kind of useless. I don't know why, but the ending, the whole ending from the Red Death battle to the very end felt really rushed somehow. I don't know. It just felt like it was just done in a flash and there wasn't enough. It just felt like it was on times 2 speed. I don't know, maybe it was just me. The other very, very niche detail that I want to complain about is that I think maybe once or twice in the movie they mentioned Skrills. They mentioned Skrills attacking and Skrills being there, which just felt odd because, okay, we first learned about Skrills, what they really are, in the Riders of Berk TV show, and that's when they accidentally free one from the ice. And it was supposed to be they were ancient and basically extinct, except for this one that was frozen in a glacier. And then they accidentally freed that one and then recaptured that one Skrill. Skrills aren't a common species. There is one of them at the time of this movie. So why they've been Skrills were attacking me? There was a Skrill in the background. I saw it. There's only one and it's in a glacier. So that that made me kind of mad. Like, they could have chose any other dragon type, any of them. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all my complaints. So I should probably move on to what I liked. I love the sets. I love the costume. I love Hiccup. This is Gooby, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, everything was pretty much the same. Like I said, I just found Astra's acting a little dry, which ruined a lot of iconic moments. And some of the flight scenes didn't feel as magical. It just didn't feel as... I mean, nothing could be as magical as the original. So that's kind of why I rated it 4 stars instead of 5. But when... Okay, I love that all the music is the exact same, to the point where when the movie started with that opening music, I was, like, shaking in my seat. I'm like, I feel like I'm watching a cartoon. It was the same. And of course, I just feel like the dragons didn't look quite right in live action. The proportions felt a little off. And also, all the dragons were, like, way bigger. Like, all of them felt just a tad bigger. Especially the Red Death. But I'm all for the Red Death being bigger. It looked epic. But, like, all of the dragons felt like they'd been scaled up just a little bit. And it was kind of... I don't know, just looked a little odd. And then also, some of the dragons didn't look like they could aerodynamically fly in real life, and it just felt a little odd. But of course, I don't want them to change the design to be, like, realistic. But at the same time, I don't know, some things just need to stay animated, and I think it should have. But I won't complain. I'm glad with what we got. I think it was good. Definitely, like I said, Disney needs to take a lesson. People want shot-for-shot remakes and not whatever they're doing. Like with Lilo and Stitch, that's my other favorite movie. Lilo and Stitch, they failed that so bad. I should make a whole separate video essay on how mad I am with the live action Lilo and Stitch. But that's a story for another day. Yeah, I feel like if you're just a casual fan who just likes the movie How to Train Your Dragon and hasn't seen, like, the whole franchise, you'll think that the live action's perfect. But it's only because me, a super fan who has watched Race to the Edge like 10 bajillion times, do I come up with the things that I don't like about it. But yeah, overall, How to Train Your Dragon live action, best live action remake ever made. How to Train Your Dragon, best animated movie ever made. So I mean, like, am I surprised? No. Would I have wanted better? Yes, because nothing will ever be enough when it comes to How to Train Your Dragon. It could always be better. If it was up to me, I would have done it differently. But, like, I'm happy with what we got, so. Yep, I think that's all I have to say.